Could you imagine living in a country that sounds more like the premise of the latest dystopian young adult novel? Because that's basically what North Korea sounds like to most Americans. We can't imagine living in a country so completely locked off and ruled by such an absurd uh, political party. However, it's that mentality of us treating it like a joke, treating Kim Jong Un like a meme, and the whole country as if it's one absurd, overlong gag that is allowing us to commit a crime of inaction by just standing by as the abuses and human rights violations of that country are continuing. The history of that country, the current state of the abuses, the victims, and the propaganda are kind of what encapsulates everything that is wrong with that and everything that we should be changing as far as our mentality about North Korea and how we should be helping those citizens and everyone else realize what is so terrible about it. North Korean citizens need education about the untruths and the corruption of their country. North Korea has this iron curtain up where their citizens only know what they want to tell them, that they only do what they want them to do, that they and only the ones that they want to receive an education are educated, that they have the jobs they want them to have, that it's these powerful families, these trusted families that are the ones that have the influence. And anyone that they see as impure is kept in poverty and in disadvantage. They have no access to the internet except for the very, very high up officials. And this allows them to tell them whatever it is that they want them to believe about their country. Whether that's the fact that Kim Jong Un apparently uses so much energy, so much time in helping his country that he uses up all of the mass of the food that he eats, and he doesn't use the restroom. And that is just like another thing that wants to make the citizens work harder, is that our leader is so powerful and does so much for us, and why don't you? And they have no formal education, and it's just ridiculous. But North Koreans need our awareness that we need to be aware of their disadvantage, of how locked down they are, but also of how awful the abuses that they go through, especially the most disadvantaged, the ones that are considered unclean by society, or the ones that are in the camps. Yeonmi Park defected from North Korea when she was younger with her mother after her father was arrested and taken to one of the camps because of his family's slip in social ranking, and he went into the black market. Yeonmi and her mother defected, and her mother was actually violently raped and abused by human rights traffickers, and that tried to keep them away from her daughter. And Shin Dong-hyo survived and escaped Camp 14, the most, the most important work camp in the country, and he knew nothing but that his entire life. And he escaped with the help of a friend, a 40-year-old man that had outside influence, and he knew what happened on the outside of the country. But he helped Shin escape, but sacrificed himself to begin with. And now Shin and Yeonmi are both active human rights activists, and they want their stories told, and they do everything that they can to make sure their story is out there. However, any time that they would say something, it was automatically try to be disproved by the North Korean government, that her family deserved that because they were criminals and they were trying to escape the country, and that Shin was a murderer. It was just absurd untruths to keep that morale up and keep up their image. North Korean citizens need world support in order to change to happen. We need to be more aware, individually, but we also need to make sure that our world powers, our government, are holding the same morals that we do as far as this, that they do not trade with this country, they do not become allies, they do not interact with North Korea and other governments that so disgustingly abuse their own citizens in such an obvious way, that we have proof, that we have the evidence, we have these members that are defecting that have told us this, we have footage of what these camps look like, and we're allowing this to continue. And that's one thing that we should not be doing. We shouldn't be allowing our country, and our country shouldn't want to interact with that when that's not what we stand for. One Young World, the United Nations, and human rights groups are active advocates for this, that they do not want this interaction, they do not want that support. And for the most part, that is holding up, that there aren't very many allies except for the close ones, unfortunately, like China. And that is a major way for citizens to get, even when they defect, they are still not out of the woods yet. They have to get safely to another country, and to make, either that's through bounty hunters, human rights traffickers, mercenaries. They just want to see them back to their government, and they do not want them free. So even we need to be more aware about these actions, and we need to be more active in assuring that this doesn't continue down from our government down to an individual level, that we need to be at least aware and informing ourselves and others of the plight of these people. The Democratic People's Republic of North Korea currently has a population of 24.9 million of people that are going to live their entire lives from birth to death doing what the country is telling them to do, saying what they want them to say, and living how they want them to live. And the poorest and most disadvantaged of these is people that do not want to conform to the system, people that, due to things completely out of their control, are considered a lower caste of society, will live their entire lives in depravity, completely abused with no hope, and facing hard years of labor and abuse. And these individuals will not survive defecting because of the level of security and the level of examples that these countries put forward, as far as if you escape and you have family that remains, your family will be killed. This is a difficult situation with difficult solutions, but one that needs immediate result. Our delay in inaction costs real human lives, and we shouldn't be letting the story of North Korea, this obscene story, end not with a revolt and the safety of the citizens, but with just the government becoming more efficient and more powerful. Thank you.